Hello, I'm Toby Marshall from Lead Creation. Today we're going to talk about 8 myths of marketing for small business. The 8 myths that affect how small businesses do business, that block them from achieving their goals because they believe these myths to be true. So we're talking about small businesses and SMEs, companies with employees of under 1,000 down to a micro business of just one person. Myth number 1. That the marketing that small business does is the same as what big business does. Let me explain. The prime thing that big businesses do, major companies, major brands, Coke, Westpac, the banks, is that they position a brand. They spend a lot of money creating a positioning statement, creating visions and missions and all those complicated things. They create a brand. They then use a lot of media to go out and promote that brand to the market. Neither of those are particularly important for a micro business. Now, if you've got a business that's got hundreds of competitors, doing a lot of time on a positioning statement really doesn't help you very much. I liken it to having a billboard in a desert. Where a billboard, you've got a great billboard, you create this wonderful looking billboard and you put it out on a dirt road out the back of Burke. Nobody sees it. Much more important to increase your visibility. Much more important to do marketing that gets you immediate results. Results you can measure. So, big business marketing is very different, but a lot of small businesses think it's the same. Positioning, advertising. No, it's not. Second myth, that marketing is expensive. Well, it is if you do what the big companies do, and it's also very ineffective. Because small businesses think that it's about getting a great positioning statement, some high-priced marketing consultant comes in and sells you on your positioning, your branding, you create logos and colors and you do all that, creating your great billboard. And then other salesmen come in and say, right, now we're going to take you out to the market. So you need to buy ads in our magazines or on our radio or whatever. If you've got hundreds of competitors, what's the point? That is what big companies do that have lots of outlets and are major brands. So it can be expensive, but it shouldn't be. Direct marketing is what matters. Small businesses need to do marketing that they can do and then measure the results and test the effectiveness. It's called direct marketing. Myth number 3. People don't buy from websites. And like a lot of these myths, there is an element of truth to that. People don't pick up your brochure and say, I've got to have this. This is terrific. People don't do that. They don't do it with websites either. But you need to understand about sales, or we all need to understand about sales, that sales is a process. It's not an event that happens. People go online to start a process. They go online to research, to learn what products are out there. They start to think about what they might buy. It's not an event that happens. They don't go there to buy straight away. You need to be online. You need to be visible online, which is really important. Your website needs to be optimized so people can find you. And then you need some interactivity so that they can start a relationship with you. The reason why people think people don't buy from websites is because they get sold a website by a web designer, and that is myth number 4. Websites need a professional web designer. And people get sold a website by a web designer and they don't look at interactivity and they don't look at how you make that website visible online. There are now millions of websites, millions and millions of websites. And there's only a certain number of ways you can fill a square box. There's only a certain number of colors and combinations of sizes of boxes and shapes that you can have on a website. They've all been done before. There is now free software that you can create an interactive website in, and there's different versions, but we use Joomla.com. And Joomla.com is huge. It's open source software, it's free. So you start with open source software that's free, and then you get a template and you plug in what you need. You choose a template. There's hundreds of templates. You choose a template and then you get someone to put your logo and your colors in and it's great. That's where you go. So websites don't need professional designers. They need the other things, interactivity, and they need to be visible. Myth number 5, email marketing doesn't work and it's annoying. Well, yes, it can be. People that send out lots of emails saying the same thing over and over again really annoy me. They annoy everybody. Email marketing, though, is highly effective if you just do a couple of emails and you offer people something of interest to them and you don't repeat the message over and over again. Email marketing does work, but like all marketing, it needs to be thought through and careful. Point number 6, AdWords. That Google AdWords, the pay-per-click ads, the stuff you see on the right-hand side of Google, that those are complicated and expensive. Absolute rubbish. They are really easy to do. They are very effective at the moment because not many people are, very few of your competitors will actually be using them, and certainly not using them well. So there are lots of salespeople though out there selling Google AdWords, and just one little trick they use to get you to buy is they talk about how they buy Google AdWords wholesale and then sell them to you, pass on the savings to you retail. Now, given that for a good Google AdWords campaign should cost most small business, most SME sized businesses shouldn't spend more than about $1,000 a year on Google AdWords. So if your AdWords cost $1,000 a year and you save 10% off the price, which is what they typically offer, that's $100. It is meaningless. And of course they charge you $10,000, $20,000 to set up and monitor this campaign for you. Rubbish. It is really simple. It's very easy to do. Point number 7, Twitter and other social networking is not for business. It's almost become a joke. Oh, those twits out there, they're out there tweeting. It's rubbish. It's not for me. It's not for business. Social networking has changed the way that we interact as a community in the Western world, in developed countries. It's changed the way we communicate. Twitter is a part of that, as is LinkedIn, as is blogging. What they give you is a chance to raise your profile online. We don't think businesses should be out there networking. It's not about getting friends. This is not about you deciding, I need more friends, I'm going to go out and social network. This is about raising your profile. It's about not trying to sell directly with Twitter or LinkedIn. It's about positioning yourself. It's about making offers. It's about controlling a media, because you control the media to your members. So Twitter is for business. And finally, number 8, that videos are hard and expensive. It's hard and expensive to create a video and put it up online. Rubbish. It's quick and it's easy. The technology is there today. Remember, Web 1.0, you've heard of Web 1.0, Web 2.0. Web 2.0 means it's got video, it's interactive, a bit of both. And it's very easy to do today. There's a hierarchy of how we believe people. And fundamentally, if you go face to face with someone and they're telling you something, you will believe them. But the second one is video. The third most effective is audio, and finally the written word. Now Web 1.0 is all about the written word. The next wave is about video, and video is important and it's very easy to do. So a quick recap, what are the 8 myths? Firstly, that small businesses, SMEs, have a very different requirement for marketing to the big companies. Secondly, marketing is expensive. It's not. Third, people don't buy from websites. They don't, but they start a process of buying. And if they're not starting it with you, they're starting it with somebody else. 4, websites need professional designers. No, they don't. Free templates and free software is available. Number 5, email marketing is obtrusive and doesn't work. It does. Just be very selective with how you use it. Number 6, AdWords are complicated. No, they are simple, and for the next year or 2, they are a huge opportunity for small business. Number 7, Twitter and other social networking is not for business. It is as a way of raising your profile and controlling a media. And finally, that videos are complicated and expensive. They're not. They really work well. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed the video.